Hi everyone. It's awkward. So awkward. Hi everyone, I'm April and you're watching The Tangled Cat Speaks, and this is a crafting edition. So here I am coming to you from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I am actually going to pull out a couple of whips, some older projects that I have been working on, and just kind of push them to the side because, you know, I get startitis a lot. But I'm going to try to get back to some of these older ones and have fun with that. So last time I had mentioned that I was working on a memory blanket. The knitted patchwork recipe is the pattern that I'm using. I looked at it. I finally finished all of the scraps that I had available to put into it. Finished adding those. Now I'm going to put that away until I get some more scraps to put in. Now, I do have a lot of yarn and I do have a lot of mini scraps and leftovers laying around, but I've already used those in the blanket, and I'm really trying to not duplicate colorways. Now, some of these colors do look very similar. They come from different yarn dyers. That's the word. Anyway, it's been a long day and I'm hot. So yeah, so I'm going to be working on some other things, particularly some fingering weight whips, so that I can use up more yarn, have some leftovers hopefully, and be able to add more to that blanket after I accumulate some. So what am I working on? What is one of the whips that I pulled out? This is a more recent start that I talked about a few months ago, maybe. It is yarn that I got from Breaking Yarn with McKaylee. She has her experiments page, and she had posted this one up there, or listed this one up there for sale. It was one that it wasn't quite the blue that she wanted, so she got the blue and she overdyed it black with a really nifty little technique, which I think I believe she put a video up on her YouTube channel to show how she did that. But so this is the color, and it's got lint like, whoa, cat hair, what the heck. But black, aqua, kind of a darkish aqua, very pretty. So I have started this sock, and I think I'm still decreasing the gusset stitches. So toe up, 1 by 1 ribs. Look, there is more. See, black cat hair. I have a white cat and I'm trying to knit in black. It's messing with my brain and it's messing with my eyeballs because I can't see black very well. But so I've got a solid black here for the cuff, and I think I'm going to use a solid black for the toe, unless I happen to have enough of this. I might not. But that is what I used in the heel. This is an Eye of Partridge heel, and I love the Eye of Partridge so much. I just love what it does to variegated yarns. And what I'm doing with this yarn is, this looks kind of messy, and I kind of like that, because every time I come to a blue stitch, I'm purling it. Not when I come to a blue stitch on the working yarn. When I come to a blue, not when I'm about to, how do I explain it? Not when I'm about to knit blue, but when I get to a blue stitch that's already on my left needle. When I get to blue stitches on there, I'm purling those. So yeah, I'm knitting everything unless I'm at a already on the needle blue stitch. So it's giving kind of, I don't know if you can tell that there is texture there. I guess you can. But it gives it this kind of funky, I don't know how to explain it. It makes me think of deep ocean bioluminescence. That's kind of what I think of. It's just random and weird, and I like weird. So that's what I'm doing with that. So the black that I'm using, this could either be Breaking Yarns Jane Margolis, or it could be Knit Picks plain old black. I don't remember. But black. And I don't remember where I got this. This might have been in like a swap, like a yarn swap. Don't remember. Very pretty though. And it doesn't make any sense with the rest of it, except for that there's kind of a little bit of an aqua color in there. Not the exact same color, but you know, I like fun and I like weird, as I've mentioned. So here we are with these socks. I've already got a black in my memory blanket, and I think I've already put this in it as well somewhere, but I'm gonna have to make sure. This one is definitely not in it, but it will be. And let's see. So the other project that I pulled out to work on is some yarn that I bought in 2008, 2009, somewhere around there, from a yarn dyer called Yarntopia Treasures. They were here in New Mexico in Edgewood, which is not very far from Albuquerque. And they did a lot of bamboo and cotton yarn, and gosh, some of the most amazing colors. I don't think that they're in business anymore. If you wanted any of their yarn, I think you would have to probably try to buy it elsewhere, maybe other Ravelry people who might want to be destashing. But this, I've got two of these. This is the yarn. This is bamboo tencel. It is a lace weight. So it's all bamboo, which means that it's going to be very drapey. The colorway is called Berry Rum. So it's got, there's that aqua. Well, this is more of, I guess, a seafoam color, but the fuchsia and the pumpkin orange, super pretty. Berry Rum. It does kind of make me think of a tropical cocktail. Yeah, so I've got two of them. This is the other one. I'm about, I guess I would say about a third of the way through that ball. And what I'm doing is I'm knitting the, I don't even know the name of it. Is it Grandma's Favorite Washcloth pattern? It starts at the corner. It's all garter stitch, and I think you're increasing at the beginning of every row, and that gives you, you know, it kind of goes like this. And then when you get it as wide as you want, you start decreasing, and then you get a square. Now you make it small enough, and you make it in cotton, and you have a dishcloth. I'm doing it in this, and I'm going to make it a shawl. I'm going to make it a rectangle shawl. So at some point I'm going to like this, and then I'm going to start making it like this, and then I will close off the other corner. This is what I've got so far, and it's just funky and wild, and I don't know how wide I want it. I want to see if I could get to maybe about halfway through the first ball, and then that way I know that I will end about halfway through the second ball. That'll be the decreasing, and then all of the bias is gonna end up being in total one ball. If that makes sense. Combined, but one ball. And I'm just letting the colors do whatever it wants to do, not worrying about pulling. Sometimes I like pulling and flashing and all of this fun stuff. Just letting it do whatever it wants, and then it's gonna just be like it's gonna be a shawl. I'm hoping that it can be at least 25 inches wide, and hopefully at least 60 inches long, just so I can wear it over my shoulders. We'll see. I'm just winging it. Like I said, I'm using a dishcloth pattern, so who knows how this is gonna turn out. So this yarn, like I said, is a lace weight. It is, I think, 16 grams and it's 600 yards. Ooh, Lord in heaven, I cannot see the size of this needle, and I didn't look it up before. Let me put on my readers. Hold on. This is a size 2 needle, so 2.75 millimeter. I'll probably keep doing it on this length of needle because it's very thin, and I'm sure I'm not going to go much wider because this is going to be here. So when this gets to be about 25, or I get to halfway through this ball, whichever comes first, then I'm going to start making it a rectangle. So there you go. I never show this stuff, but this is a cute little stitch marker that I don't remember where I got it. It's a cute little elephant. And it's just the charm. So I have it on, what do you call it? Stitch marker. So that's what I'm working on. This is just very mindless. It's just knit, 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 knit. The only thing you're going to think about is what to do at the beginning of every row. Very mindless. Very good for when you're sitting in appointments or, you know, whatever, and just take it with you. So that's what I'm working on. Now this yarn will definitely not be appropriate for the memory blanket. It's the wrong weight and the wrong content, fiber content. But I'm trying to get things done, so here you go. That is all that I'm currently working on right now. I do have plans at some point to make some amigurumi. Dropping things again. I want to make some stuffed octopus, and I found this cute pattern, and I don't remember what the name is, but I want to use this yarn. This is chunky yarn, or bulky yarn, I guess. What does it say? I don't know, but it says to use 50 millimeter needles or 50 millimeter crochet hook, so that's the fat yarn. Yeah, but I think this would make a cute octopus, and then I couldn't help myself. I had to get this color too, so maybe I'll make my partner at work, I'll make her one, and then, you know, why not another? I had to get all the colors that called to me. I couldn't decide, so at some point I do want to make those, and we'll see how all that goes. When that happens, I don't know. But that is all that I have. I just wanted to give you a quick little update on what's going on crafty wise, and thank you for joining me, and I will see you again next time. Bye.